I was ready to be like, who asked for this? Who asked for this? And then I found out the answer.
You.
Me.
Yeah.
I asked for this because I'm pre-order me right now. Pre-order me because I will be there. When I tell you, when the children ask me to take them, they're not coming with me because y'all are not going to bother my spirit. Not on that day.
Joyhdae.
Ryan. Virgo season.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? I'm only doing that part because I really wanted to say they can never make me hate Will Smith.
Okay? I'm over it.
Don't care.
I'm just saying today, my whole timeline is Will Smith and Martin.
Yes.
Why are they forcing this damn movie down? Why are they forcing this movie upon me? This is the question.
I don't know. I do know that
I don't
it is
know.
on my list of things to see this summer, so I will be in the theaters watching back. They could never make me hate Will Smith. Listen, as long as they keep making Fast and the Furious 35 cars in space, I'm going to support Bad Boys. Okay?
Right. I'm gonna watch it because my wife is gonna drag me kicking and screaming. So I mean, it's gonna happen. But like, I be so bored with these type of movies. I need a good story. Give me good story over action any day. Like, I don't care.
Love me. If it's not horror, give me a good psychological thriller next, and then give me a good action movie. Just give me.
Well, you know, we got to support the melanin, but still, I'm tired.
You know how many times I've watched The Equalizer Part 2?
You know how many times I've watched The Equalizer on CBS with Queen Latifah, and I'm just like, why? Why are we doing this? Why am I doing this to myself? But
I supported the first season, and then they got renewed, and then I hung my part up, okay? Because it was just good and terrible. Like,
oh my God,
good and terrible.
Today I got to get a new setup. I'm wearing a nice Billionaire Boys Club T-shirt, and you can't see a damn thing. All you see is I look like I'm wearing my undershirt. My undershirt. It's sad.
You got on a very basic white tee.
It's sad.
We'll figure it out. Because I mean, my shirt is my dress is basic too, but you know you can't really see what it says, so it is what it is.
Anyway, we're here, and
we're back.
Oh
God.
You had people yelling at me all last week. So I need you to apologize to the people before we get started. Go.
I mean, I'm not apologizing. First and foremost. Because
oh my God.
I had things to do that took me out of the city, that made me unavailable to record. We posted a very funny Instagram letting people know that there would be no new episode that last week. And honestly, it was a holiday. It was Jasmine's birthday. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like a holiday. And
Jasmine was highly pissed off at you that she had no gift for her birthday. So I don't get it. First, the last thing you said to us when we last saw you on the last episode was that it was Fleet Week and you was about to get into some shenanigans, and then all of a sudden you miss it in action. Like, I was about to send out the APB. Like, what the hell? What things people do to you?
I did not meet any seamen on during Fleet Week. It was just not,
Aren't we glad?
Not there.
Aren't we glad?
But I did have things to do, so I was outside. And then I returned, and I let y'all know that I was outside. And I apologized in my initial video. Y'all not getting another apology out of me. But I will say that it was very ghetto of me to give y'all a riddle and be like, I'll give y'all the answers next week, and then dip and not return the next week with the answer to the riddle.
Exactly. Also, last week she started off, before we started, not last week, the week before, she was like, oh, before we get started on this episode, I got to let the people know that I ain't going to be here next week to just let them know and all of that. Complete signed off and everything, and then was like, damn it, we didn't tell them shit.
Actually, you was like, oh yeah, and then once we finished recording, you was like, we forgot.
Because that's when I remembered, but it wasn't my job to remember. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my job to remember. It was your job, and you the moderator. You was the moderator. I told y'all I was tired and everything. Like, it's not my fault. Don't put nothing on me. It was all you.
Nah,
go ahead.
It was all me. It was all me last week. This the one time it's not Ryan's fault. Usually it's Ryan's fault. This time it was my fault. This time it was me. It was all me.
Okay. Tell us the riddle. Tell us the answer.
So to remind y'all what the riddle was.
Because I don't remember.
Spelled forward, I'm what you do every day.
Yeah.
Spelled backwards, I'm something you hate. What am I?
It took me a long time to figure this out, Joyhdae. And it took me everything in my power not to Google it because, you know, I was right there. The Google fingers ready. But I got it. And I was like, oh, look at me. All right. Would you like to tell them or would you like me to tell them?
You could tell them.
Live.
Yes.
Explain
in case y'all don't know. So spelled forward, Live, is something that you do every day. Spelled backwards, I'm something you hate. EVIL. Evil.
Boom.
I was hitting y'all with the...
Boom. Psychological thrillers.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Boom.
So now that we're back.
Let's get into it.
I was going to do a normal Am I the Asshole? But people seem to enjoy my slightly ghetto ones. So I'm going to give you
the ones that be
one.
fake. The ones that be fake.
I don't know that this one is
fake.
fake.
People don't live these lives. They're lying.
There's
They're
two
lying.
of them, but I'm only going to
lying.
give you one because I feel like you could relate to this one.
Okay.
Okay. I was late picking up my boyfriend from work and he punched me. We argued before, but this was the first time it got physical. I had a busted lip. A week later, my boyfriend, a mechanic, was in my grandfather's garage inspecting the underside of his car. He says my grandfather entered the garage, spoke to him about the car, and then bumped the car so hard that it fell on top of him. My boyfriend says my grandfather walked away and left him in the garage to die. Neighbors heard him yelling and got the car off of him. Boyfriend called police. Neighbors denied helping him. My grandfather says he's old and hard of hearing and had no idea that the car was on top of my boyfriend. No jail time for Gramps. A few months later, my boyfriend proposed to me at my birthday party. My grandpa said, no, she won't marry you. And if you ever put your hands on her again, I'll come to your job and crush you with a car. My boyfriend took back the proposal and he appears to have dumped me. I'm 26 with no kids. He was my last chance at a fairy tale wedding and family. How do I get him to come back to me?
There's so much wrong here. So much wrong. Last chance at your fairy... Like, what are you talking about? Last chance? You know how many 40-year-old friends I got that's out here asking me how I did it? Like, what are we talking about?
I mean, I don't think... I'm 40 and I don't think I'm in...
Last chance.
I guess I could consider my last chances, but I don't care.
There's somebody was all over my timeline. They talking about some black lady 54. She just pregnant for the first time or whatever.
No, it's not the first time. It's the girl from Boy Meets World. Remember the black girlfriend from Boy Meets World?
Sure, whatever.
She had her last baby.
Last chance for your fairy tale. Get out of here. This stuff is fake, Joyhdae. I'm telling you, this stuff is fake. But I'll indulge. Hypothetically. If I was this grandfather, hypothetically, something similar might have happened. That's all I'm saying. Because first when you said he hit, I was like, oh, this got to be a gay couple for sure. Because, like, we just did this. I'm not, like, how, picking you up late and we hitting, oh, no. No. We don't, first of all, we don't hit women. We run. Because, you know... You ain't gonna hit me and then think that I'm gonna sit here and spar it out with you. No, like, it's not happening because I'm nobody's jail. But hypothetically, in this scenario, I'm an old man that's hard of hearing. That car fell and I did not hear you. Sorry, my bad. I'm
definitely
just saying.
The neighbor who didn't hear shit. Matter of fact, you might have died, honestly. Because I might have been like, y'all don't hear him? And Gramps might have been like, and if you're Gramps, you might have been like, yeah, he put his hands on, like, Tanika.
Yo.
And I'd have been like, oh, okay,
Yikes.
so we don't hear nothing. Okay, my bad. Like, that's...
Yikes.
And you'll be all right.
I just still want to know, I'm not a mechanic or nothing, but, like, you working on a car, the car's propped up, car falls down, like, where did it fall on you that you're still alive to tell this story? Like, I don't get it. Like, you definitely crushed something up in here. One of them ribs broke and punctured your lung, and then you suffocated and you died. Like, I don't get it. I don't get how that worked.
All right, let me give you the second one because the second one is a little more ghetto, and I like it. Okay.
I didn't know it was getting two today. Go ahead.
We getting two today.
All right.
We rented a bouncy house for my kid's birthday party. An iPhone watch was found inside the house, and one of my children handed it to me. It was my best friend's watch. It was synced to her phone. Okay. My baby daddy was texting her, so I read the text. It should have been us from day one. Her, I know, right? Can't wait for round 2. Him, bet tonight. I was hurt and shocked. But I kept my cool for the kids. That night, he clowns me about having a filthy house. Birthday presents were all over, and he stormed out the house. I packed up our kids, and we went to my best friend's house. I pretended I was there to return her watch. His car was parked out front. They didn't open the door, so I live streamed myself outside her house, and I tagged them and read their messages on live. She opened the door to get her watch back, and he came to the door with his pants unzipped. Him, this is what you get. You always looking for something. Why you bring my kids? We all went inside. I have 4 kids with him. I really don't want to start over with someone else at this point. We talked. I agreed that I wouldn't mind a throuple if he guarantees he won't cheat on us and if she would help out with the kids. Things were going well. 2 months later, he brought another woman into the mix. He says she stays or he'll leave us both. I can't do this again. Help.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I decided this week I had to come in hot as an apology, my apology tour.
I see. I don't have friends like this. Because like you ain't coming to me to ask me no advice for no scenario like this. Like
because you already know my answer.
It's like I understand how having a family unit and one of the people decide to do something to ruin that, how it could be quite difficult to leave the situation after you've built this entire life and whatever. However, she was looking for mess too. Like at the same time, everybody looking for the mess, and this is not a Jerry Springer show. Like I don't get how people have no couth, no tact, no way of handling things without it just escalating to the most extreme version of it. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like on all aspects, on all like a throuple, a quadruple. Like what do we? No, thank you.
The party would have ended with my best friend and I having words. I'm not fighting in front of my kids.
Right.
But I'm also not about to just wrap this up and let you go on as though I don't know what's happening.
Right.
And my man, who would be my ex at that point, is not about to play in my face and be like, you're dirty or the house is dirty. And good and well, we just had a party and I have not started to clean up yet.
Right.
I'm not telling anybody. I'm not live streaming anybody because if I'm going to take an L, I'm taking my L in silence. Nobody needs to know that I am taking this. Because it's not like he cheated on you with some stranger. He's cheating on you with your best friend. That is a massive, and it's not an L per se, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not about to take my hits for everybody in the world to see me taking this type of hit. Like, that's just not. And then on top of that, I'm going to actually play a cool for the man because I'm calling my cousins. And I'm making sure that they beat your ass. Because you're not, what you're not going to do is play sometimes violence, fisticuffs. I told y'all, I'm a pacifist most of the time. Okay. Sometimes we got to bring fisticuffs back.
So while you were talking, I just had to conduct a little experiment. And this is, again, another hypothetical just because, I'm, we Apple till we die. Until Apple wants to act up. But I got mad Apple products, one of which being an Apple Watch. So in my head, I was just like, just challenging the validity of this statement here. If the friend's Apple Watch was in the house, immediately when I took my Apple Watch off of my wrist, it went into the mode of like lock mode, basically. So when a text comes through onto the watch, it would not show, it would just say that a text came through. It wouldn't show all of the details of the text messages until you put in the passcode or whatever. And that's just my settings on my watch. So I don't know if that's everybody's settings, but I think so. I don't know. It unlocks once I open up my phone. That's when it unlocks the watch. So
but she could have her friend's passcode.
She could, but she also, they say when you looking for something, you're gonna find it.
Yeah, no, she was definitely looking for something. But the fact that she agreed to be a throuple with him and her best friend is weird to me.
Listen, like, the fact that the friend agreed, that's another problem. That's another problem. The fact that he agreed also is another problem because listen, no matter how exciting it sounds, it's unbalanced. It's unbalanced.
No, it's not.
It's always going to cause a lot of drama. It's literally always going to, like, this is why
I'm supposed to stay in my side of the house. Knowing that you and my best friend is doing what y'all do, and then you gonna come to Like, that's just gross. Like, on all fronts.
I mean, I'm not yucking nobody's yum. I'm just saying
that is gross. I'm yucking.
It's the jealousy part.
Yum.
It's the
That's
jealousy
gross.
part. It's the annoyance part. It's the, unbalanced part. Like, it's literally always going to be a problem. You already had a problem which led you to the throuple. So, it's not going to just be easily like handled, right? All three of you. It doesn't make sense.
Like, my also, how do I literally like my sister. So, like, in my mind, like, that's just, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's just some, like, random woman. And I'm like, all right. But, like, she's literally, like, my sister to me. Right. That's literally, like, if I were to have kids, like, my kids would consider her to be their auntie. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And, like, absolutely not.
How do we discuss this with the children? One.
Yeah.
I mean, children actually are, like, open to things. So maybe they would get it. But, throuple. She didn't say sister wives. She didn't say sister wives or whatever.
No, she said a throuple.
Throuple, I'm thinking, is all together now. So I'm just trying to understand. So this is best friend. I don't know what a lot of girls be on some. Oh, you have nice tits and all that. Like y'all see a lot of each other and do a lot of that stuff. But like really, when it comes down to the nitty gritty of the do. Like, y'all ready to do this? Like, I don't know. It's a lot going on here.
Ready to do it.
It's a lot going on here.
We're going to move on because your vocals that you just provided us with reminded me of the topic that I needed to discuss coming up now.
Okay.
Which is Northwest's debut in the 30th anniversary.
You ain't gonna come for me today. You ain't gonna come for me. My vocals was top notch. You ain't gonna. You're not going to compare me to one Northwest. Southeast maybe, but not Northwest. No, no thanks. No thanks. No thanks.
You giving a little Northy. Giving a little Northy.
No thanks.
So, listen. Before we even start, some of these topics may be old to y'all, but Ryan and I have not talked about them to each other, so y'all just don't have to rock because we have thoughts and we have not been able to get these thoughts.
As you like to say, we are not TMZ. We are not texting you as it's happening. It's like you're gonna get it when you get it.
We missed this.
Boom.
And I had thoughts on it. So for anyone who does not know, Northwest was played the young Simba at the Hollywood Bowl during the 30th anniversary celebration of The Lion King.
Why?
This was a performance that was put on where the stage was graced by Jennifer Hudson, Heather Headley, who voiced the original Nala in the Broadway show, the original Timon and Pumbaa, Jeremy Irons, who voiced the Scar in the movie, and Little Northie West.
Doesn't make any sense.
Here's the thing. I don't want to be overcritical of a 10-year-old. I don't, because she's 10. I am going to be overcritical of her parents, because why would you set your daughter up for failure? And that's exactly what they did. And it's not even because the voice wasn't there, because people would have given her some grace for not having a fully developed voice at 10. Right. But it's the fact that from all the shots that I saw, North had no idea what was going on. She didn't know where to go. Cast members had to like nudge her in certain places. She didn't know her cues. She was looking to other people for her cues. Right. Which lets me know that she did not put in the work that was necessary in order to fulfill this role. Right. And y'all still let that little girl get on stage and say, "Oh, I just can't wait to be king." Y'all let her do that.
They did. You know what's so annoying? My oldest is the same age as Northwest. Kim and my wife pregnant same time. These are children that are of the same year. They are all like getting ready to go to middle school. One of my daughter's close friends just got into a performing arts middle school. That she had to do a lot of auditioning for and like all of that stuff. Rigorous audition process and all of that. This girl has been dancing and performing and like really working at her craft for years now, and they're 10. For years now. Meaning that when she got into the school, it was such a big deal because it was so competitive for her to get into the school because, you know, she did all the work. Right. I'm not mad at North because North is going to take the nepotism as my child would take the nepotism. It's not that.
Right.
I just feel bad for all the people who auditioned that actually deserve the role, the part. Yeah. And, you know, it's like, I guess it's a decent lesson for children to learn what this world and life is like. Mm-hmm. However, it sucks. It doesn't make it any less, like, horrible that I hear. Well, there's lots of alleged here that Kim may have paid money for her daughter to get the role, and not chump change either. Lots of money for this to occur. For a kid like this, I don't know. The nepotism is fine, but like at the same time, it's like there's nobody telling North no about anything, about anything. Exactly. And this is at 10. Can you imagine the havoc this girl is going to wreak?
Oh, she's going to wreak havoc. And on another note, too, people in defense of North were talking about, of course, Blue Ivy. And I need y'all to be so for real.
Let's come on.
Because there's a difference in if this were a Kanye production and Kanye made space during his production for North to perform,
right?
I could understand that.
Right.
Beyonce, very broadly in her documentary, let us know that she did not want Blue to perform. Blue wanted to perform. So her mother made an opportunity for her daughter to perform under the caveat that Blue had to work. She had to rehearse. She had to prove that she was ready and was able to handle this. Otherwise, she would not do this. I'm telling you this right now. People paid for the Hollywood Bowl, I'm sure. I would have wanted my money back.
I want my money back.
I want my money back.
Y'all got the money. She paid to get her in there. Y'all got the money. Give me my money back. Give me my money back.
And then on top of that, y'all mean to tell me y'all couldn't throw some face paint on this little girl to make her look like a lion? Y'all had to try to give her a high fashion lion moment?
No. So what we're hearing is that what we're hearing. Yes, me and my media team back here.
I was waiting for you to be like, because what they're saying, like.
Sorry. All right, yeah. So on my TikTok, like, you know, fake like research that I did, that was not the outfit. That was an outfit that was commissioned by Kim and her friend designer. I forget the name of the designer, to create something specifically for North because Kim allegedly did not like the outfit that Simba was supposed to wear.
So you wanted your daughter to get on stage and look like Big Bird. Big Bird was a better option because she looked more like Big Bird than she did a lion. And this is not me coming for this little girl, but she looked like she was playing Big Bird's youngest. Like if Big Bird magically had a baby, this is what she looked like. Because all of that's a baby lion doesn't have a mane. What is she on stage with a whole mane for and furry feet?
So people were upset at the outfit, and then Kim went on, I think supposedly afterward, wearing the adult version of this by the designer. I saw that,
and she looks stupid too. It's summer.
Yeah.
It's hot outside, and you in here in faux or fur, whatever that is, shag. I'm so sick of them. I am so sick of them. Oh my God. You know what? I'm gonna move on because she's gonna make me pop a blood.
Before you go on, like even if I were to win the lotto today, and I was a billionaire today, I can get anything that I want. My influence, I somehow parlayed that $1 billion into the influence that these people have. Even if I had all of the influence and all of the money, there's no way I would act like this. There's no way that I would think that I could rule the world and do anything that I want. That's just not who I am. I'm constantly going to think of the next person. That's just my whole thing. Like, I mean, the nepotism, yes, is going to happen. But what I'm saying is, just like Beyonce, gave Blue an opportunity, but she taught her a life lesson in the midst of that. Like, listen, you're not just going to get stuff handed to you. You're going to have to work to get it done. That's what I'm doing for my children, too. I'm not just... that's not how it's going. That's not how it would go. Like,
also, I'm sorry,
whatever.
I did say I was done. Do we not also find it peculiar that Blue Ivy was just announced to be starring in The Lion King 2 as a voice with her mama, and then all of a sudden North is now playing Simba?
That was my main point.
To get a personality, I need Kim to understand that North has never wanted to be a singer. She wants to be a rapper. North has said that herself. She wants to be a rapper, a painter, and a dog walker. Support that girl's dreams. We don't even know if Blue Ivy is singing in The Lion King 2. We don't know if we know she can rap because Blue gave us bars. Blue has given us bars her whole life, okay? But I just think it's weird that all of a sudden we hear about Blue Ivy being in The Lion King 2 with her mama, and now all of a sudden we have Kim Kardashian paying, allegedly, for North to star as a young Simba in the Hollywood Bowl production of The Lion King. Something about that family really grinds my gears, and something about it, they're weird. They are weird.
We got to bring back a segment. I think when we first started the show, it was like, things. I can't remember the title that we had, but it had something to do with things that grind our gears. Yeah. We're going to run that back. We're going to run that back some point soon, for sure.
Grinds my gears. So, of course, when I'm away, the biggest news for me drops, right? Boy. And that's the fact that nobody's talking to you. Donald Trump was found guilty on all 34 counts, felony counts, of falsifying business records in the first degree in New York. All because of adult film star Stormy Daniels, who at this point, we should put her up on Mount Rushmore. Because I, for one, have experienced so much joy from the maggot breakdown over this whole thing, okay? Maggots they don't know what to do with themselves. They're flying the American flag upside down. Which is against the Constitution. They get upset about Colin Kaepernick kneeling, but they can fly it upside down.
And expect no consequences.
No consequences. They are now giving Donald Trump a ridiculous alleged amount of money in terms of fundraising. Donald Trump hasn't made sense. I mean, he never made sense, but he has made even less sense now that he's a convicted felon. Which, let's talk about the fact that convicted felons, he can't vote for himself in the upcoming election that he's running in.
He cannot.
He can run, but he can't vote for himself.
Can you imagine if he loses by one vote, Joyhdae?
And it's his.
Oh my gosh.
It will never cease to amaze me what a shit show America is.
Yeah, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. They no longer calling him 45, they're calling him 34. And that made me chuckle so hard because, side note, one of my old jobs, I used to work at Saks. Used to work at Saks Fifth Avenue. Used to work at Saks Fifth.
Mexican American ass, because I ain't never met somebody with more jobs than Ryan. Okay.
All I've been trying to do is make it, Joyhdae. All I've been trying to do is make it. So I used to work at Saks Fifth Avenue back in the day, and when I got there, I just could not, people have codes and stuff, ways that they used to talk, and I just couldn't get it in the beginning because everybody had their inside stuff before I got there. So all I used to hear was when really weird people came into the store, they would be calling them a 34. And I was just like, what the hell does 34 mean? Because, Saks is right on Fifth Avenue heading towards the Upper East Side and all the uppity people and all of that stuff or whatever. So when people came in there that didn't necessarily know where they were, let's put it like that. They didn't know where they were. 34 was a code for them to go back down the street to 34th Street to the Macy's.
That is so... Not Saks with the coded language. Not Saks with the coded language. And you know what's funny is I've probably walked into Saks on a day where I have not looked my best, and somebody's probably calling me a goddamn 34, and then I drop some money in fucking Saks.
That's how it goes. No, so it was so funny to me because that's what it was. But then what I came to realize, because when I started working at Saks, they didn't like me because I was very young and I got this high-paying job and like all of that. They didn't really like me there or whatever. Right. So I found ways around them in order to be able to like have some sort of, because it was commission. And so so I would talk to all the 34s. I would answer the phone that they didn't want to answer, and I made mad money because some of them people had money, but they didn't want to look like they had money. Some of those people came in to prove a point. Like, so there was lots of money being floated from all these 34s that they was calling. Well, anyway, it just made me chuckle because it was so funny to me. Anyway, go ahead.
So each count carries a maximum of 4 years in prison, but he's probably not going to do no jail time.
Community service.
White man in America. Sentencing is scheduled for July 11th, just before the Republican National Convention. They said that his lawyers have vowed to appeal the verdict. Good luck. I'm not going to hold you. Even though, I'm all for the justice system being just and right. The appeals court, the appellate court in New York, where they would have to appeal, the judges there are all black women, and they're all liberal black women. And so I don't know that that's going to go the way that he intends it to go. His parole officer is also a black woman, who he always has a lot to say about us. So
So this listener that that be coming at me every single week, it's not me. I don't speak for her. All right. She meant to say appellate. Okay, appellate.
Appellate.
Right. My bad. Appellate. She meant to say appellate.
Appellate. I said what I said because y'all knew what I said. Okay.
They be just like, yo, why she say that like that? Why she say it like that? Anyway,
that's how I talk. So the conviction marks a historic first for a former U.S. president to be found guilty of a crime. It could impact Trump's ability to run for president because there's some places where convicted felons are not allowed to show up on the ballot. And if you write them, I don't know what the write-in laws are. I don't know if they can just write him in.
Right. But I've been waiting for this to see how America is going to handle all of this. Like, so now that we have the conviction, I really want to see how we move forward in these next few months. It's going to be interesting.
He's a white man with money. He'll be okay. He's probably going to run. Because Joe Biden has completely messed up with this response to Gaza, I'm not as confident in the youth not voting for Trump, but just not voting at all in the way that we need them to.
Right.
So we'll see. Because again, if y'all don't look up Project 2025 and what that's going to do to America, it's just, and that's what they're going on. He's already said that if he's back in office, he's basically going on his revenge tour. Yeah, he's basically gonna make himself into a dictator. I don't know. We've been trying to tell y'all this whole time. It's like, how could you have lived from 2016 to 2020 and decide, let's run it back? We didn't learn our lesson the first time. Let's do this again. Like, I just don't understand that mentality. I also don't understand how you can be a one issue voter when there's so many issues at hand, right? I don't know if y'all have heard, but the Fearless Fund, which is a Black-owned venture fund in Atlanta, was basically just deemed discriminatory on their practices because they basically give grants to Black women, small business owners, Black women entrepreneurs. Oh my God. They are starting to attack us from, like, they're basically trying to strip everything away from us. And the reason that they're able to do this and the reason that something like this is deemed discriminatory is because the court that these people are going to, they're going to specifically conservative justices, conservative Supreme Courts, who are going to rule in favor of their own practices and policies. I know how my theory is on how to deal with this. I'm not going to say it because I've been telling people and I want to see I don't want to mess anybody else's game up. But y'all need to start paying attention because it starts with something as simple as this. and it grows exponentially. They've already taken away affirmative action because they convinced Asian people that black people are the reason they don't get into schools, just for them to find out that they're still not getting into schools now that affirmative action has been struck down. And it's not us, it was legacies to begin with. They talked about the funding that these black women get. Venture capital disperses billions of dollars every year. Black women get, I don't even think black women get $500,000 when it comes to funding.
Yeah. The last time I saw that, I guess, chart or whatever, when it came down to like the breakdown of like where funds go, like it was definitely in the single digits of the funding. And so, yeah, it's sad.
But it's sad, and it's going to get worse because Clarence Thomas has already said that Brown versus the Board of Education possibly went too far, and that's of like segregating schools, which I'm not going to hold you. I kind of want us to take a step back. And if we're going to do this, we need to do this where we have black teachers, black schools that will actually teach our kids. But that's a conversation that people aren't ready to have anyway.
So I was listening to the Trevor Noah podcast this past week, and they were doing a thought experiment. I love Trevor Noah. He does like a lot of these thought experiments. The question was, if I ruled the world, like whatever. And one of the people on the show was just like, what she would change if she ruled the world was that she would make the school system a lottery system. So literally every child would just be dispersed everywhere. And so that would force every school to get good, because now you, little poor whoever from wherever, could be sitting next to Bill Gates's kid, and Bill Gates ain't gonna have his kid having no resources and like mediocre education and all that. So that would force everything across the board to be interested. I was like, huh.
I mean,
there's flaws. There's flaws, but like that's interesting.
I think people misunderstood when we said we wanted to. I don't think we wanted to necessarily desegregate the schools. We wanted to desegregate the funding. And we wanted to make sure that we had schools, but we were receiving the same resources as everybody else. And we weren't.
Facts.
And I think if we were receiving the same resources, if it were equitable, not equal, but equitable, then we wouldn't be having these types of conversations, and we wouldn't have people not knowing that black families did not thrive under Jim Crow, like Byron Donald, who's trying to be Donald Trump's black running mate, has said before. So, moving on.
Yeah.
50 Cent was also in Washington, D.C. taking photos and being 50 Cent. Now, why was 50 Cent in Washington, D.C.? Because he decided he needed to advocate for black entrepreneurs and push for increased representation of black-owned businesses, not in general, but in the liquor industry.
In the liquor industry. I was like, yo, you talk about Eric Adams all the time. Ben Crump, the attorney, he is Eric Adams. What are you talking about?
Him and Eric Adams are literally the same person. They are literally the same person.
Like, what kind of not like
every time something happens, you see Ben Crump.
Representation in the liquor industry for black people?
Like,
why?
He met with members of Congress, including the Congressional Black Caucus, to discuss economic opportunities for black entrepreneurs and barriers they face in various industries, including the liquor business. Okay? He also wanted to bring attention to his ongoing legal battle with Suntory Global Spirits, a company he is accused of adversely affecting his liquor brand, Sire Spirits. He aims to have the Congressional Black Caucus scrutinize his issues with Suntory. He also wanted to champion greater representation and ownership within the liquor industry, where he believes there's a lack of equal opportunities for black entrepreneurs. He met with lawmakers from both parties, including Troy Carter, Lauren Boebert, Steve Scalise, who calls us the N-word with the ER, and House Speaker Mike Johnson. People asked him about Donald Trump and the number of black men gravitating towards Donald Trump, to which he basically said that because Donald Trump had RICO charges, a lot of black men can relate to him. Can I say this? I just need to say this. I have to say this.
Go ahead.
Can we stop equating black men with criminality?
This is what oh my God.
Can we stop doing that? Can we not say that because someone does something illegal, that black men now see themselves in that person? Can we stop doing that?
I'm a black man that's busting my behind every day, going out working to support my family, like doing all the things that I'm supposed to do. I don't get into no trouble. I don't hang with the wrong crew. I don't do none of that stuff. And yet, you would think that someone like me would be celebrated, you know? Because this is what we're saying we want to show to the masses. Yet, here we are being mad about liquor, which, you know...
Thumbs up.
Oh, so when we have all these things to advocate about, what we're going to advocate about is that they don't give us equal opportunity in liquor, which liquor is one of the things that kill us. One of the things that lead to all this criminality that you're talking about. Like, what are we, like, where, like, 2020, what's going on? What's going on in this world? I'm trying to understand.
I just don't understand why, if black men are gravitating towards Donald Trump more,
for RICO.
Because of these RICO charges. Me personally, and I'm not a black man, so I can't speak for them.
Go.
But I feel like even if I did have a history that wasn't the perfect history, right?
Right.
I don't know how I would feel if someone told me that I should relate to a billionaire white man who has advocated for my death many, many times, that I see myself in him because he did something bad. Why are we feeding into that? Why are people like 50 Cent is who he is. He's rich. I'm not surprised if he votes for Donald Trump, because I don't care what y'all say. I know a lot of y'all equate money to intelligence. I don't equate money to intelligence. I do not think 50 Cent is, he's not intelligent. I don't care what y'all say. I do not equate money to intelligence at all. Talent, so many things can lead to you to be rich, and 50 Cent just happened to be in the right place at the right time, and Ja Rule wasn't a great adversary for him, and now we stuck with this nigga for the rest of our lives. That's what I
let's
think.
Talk, like, if we're not talking about nothing else, let's just remember the Central Park vibe and what this man did to those black men. Why would black men advocate for this person? This doesn't make any sense. There's
no way that you can say he is intelligent. He's not intelligent. By no means is this man intelligent. I need y'all, because y'all gonna say, well, he's got money. That doesn't make you intelligent. It doesn't. It genuinely.
Any idiot can buy a lotto ticket and be rich. Just saying.
Listen, I'm just tired of people like 50 Cent who are not educated enough in the things in which they talk about being given a microphone to amplify bad. Do you know what I mean? Because it just doesn't make sense to me. Because I'm sure if you ask any of these people who are very outspoken, from the Amber Roses to the Waka Flockas, to talk about policy and things that have affected the black community under Donald Trump or even under Joe Biden, they can't give you anything. Now, if you want me to tell you, because I know there's going to be people that say, well, what has Joe Biden done? Hit my DMs. I'm ready.
She ready.
I can tell you what Joe has done. And I'm not happy with Joe. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot that I am upset about when it comes to what's happening in the world right now. But I'm also not short-sighted enough to understand that I may survive if Donald Trump makes it into office, but it's not about me. Mm-hmm. I'm not voting for me. I'm voting for other people. Mm. And that's what people fail to realize. You have to take yourself out of the equation. I live in New York, New Jersey, where we are lucky enough to have things codified where I don't have to worry about reproductive health, reproductive rights, or any of these things that other people will have to deal with.
Right.
I'm not voting for me. And I'm not voting, I don't have kids, but my friends have kids. I'm voting for their kids.
Let's go.
So I need y'all to, but again, if you want to talk about what Joe Biden and the Democrats have done for black Americans since they've been into office, hit my DMs, hit our emails, because your girl has receipts. Yeah. Okay? Wow. Talking about criminals, Nicki Minaj was arrested in Amsterdam.
Oh man, you made us miss last week, because
we did.
The fact that we talking about this still is crazy.
I'm talking about this only because she was arrested in Amsterdam. Uh-huh. She was released. She was faced with a fine. yada yada. When y'all travel, y'all have to realize that just because something is legal in America or even legal in another state, in another country, doesn't mean that you can just be all willy-nilly about it when you get there.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
What?
Weed is not legal in Amsterdam. It's legal. Not? It's legal in certain coffee shops. Outside of the coffee shops, on the streets, things like that. Not legal. I'm just saying. Okay. So do your due diligence, people.
Yes, do your due diligence. But I needed to mention that to get to this. So Billboard released their 10 hottest female rappers right now.
Okay.
Have you seen this list?
I have not. All
right. I'm going to give you the top 10 hottest rappers right now, starting at number 10 to the number 1 rapper. Okay?
Okay.
Number 10, we have Flo Milli.
Okay.
9, we have JT from the City Girls.
Okay.
8, we have Lotto.
Okay.
7, we have Cardi B.
7? Okay.
6, we have Glorilla.
Cardi over Glorilla? What?
5, we have Ice Spice.
Wait, who was 6? 6 was Glorilla.
Cardi is 7.
5 is Ice Spice.
Doja Cat is 4.
Oh man. Okay.
Megan Thee Stallion is number 3.
Okay.
I want you to guess who number 2 is.
At this point, I don't know. I feel like it's about to be an okie doke. So who's number 2?
Sexy Red is number 2.
No, Billboard is not necessary. Billboard is not necessary.
Coming in at number 1.
That's a big lie because we already know who should have been number 1, and Cardi being all the way at number 7 makes absolutely no sense. The person that should have been at number 1 is not even in this top 10 list. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense.
Listen.
Do we know who that number 1 is?
Beyonce.
Okay.
The list aims to rank the hottest rappers based on factors like record quality, chart performance, popularity, touring success, and business ventures.
Touring success?
So I decided to take a look at, because when I saw the list, I said, self, who wrote this list?
Nah, because they do that.
This doesn't seem like a very melanated list to me. So then I looked up the names of the writers. And to my great Negro surprise, it is a majority black folk.
Wow.
And 2 white men.
Wow.
What are y'all smoking over at Billboard? What are y'all smoking over at Billboard?
Nah.
I need to know what business ventures Sexy Red has had, because it says record quality, chart performance, popularity, touring success, and business ventures. Is Sexy Red currently touring on her own? Or is she doing the festival circuit?
Listen, I am convinced that people make these lists for people like you with your Gucci glasses and your braids and your pink or red or whatever color lipstick that is.
It's red.
To argue about said list. That's literally the only reason they make these lists. Because I don't know. I was just about to get riled up and then I was like, oh, you about to fall deep into that rabbit hole. No,
well, they said that this is covering the first 6 months of 2024. And that they will be giving us a more comprehensive list at the end of the year, where things may change based on how things look for these artists. This is why we can't trust media. Since we're talking about people that we don't like, Aubrey, I like when I'm right. I love when I am right about a person. Do you understand me? I love it. I live for it. Okay? Reference tracks while I was away. And this is the one thing that grinded my gears the most, that I wasn't able to talk about this when this was happening. Several reference tracks for Aubrey had surfaced recently, reigniting debates about his songwriting authenticity. Notable reference tracks: Mob Ties, Ratchet Happy Birthday, Calling for You, Jumbotron, Shit Poppin', what? Legend, Rico, and 10 Bands. Y'all got a song called Jumbotron, Shit Poppin'? Okay. done told y'all Aubrey's not authentic. I've been telling y'all this before his number one hater took him to church. Okay, I've been saying this, but don't nobody listen to Joyhdae. Start listening to me, B. Start listening to me. I've been telling y'all that Aubrey ain't it. He's not it. Oh, well, remove him from the GOAT conversation. He is not it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm not surprised. I know he has done, which is why I had actually mentioned this when I was in the music industry. That, you know, sometimes when you bubbling, let's not say that you're popping yet, but like you bubbling, you got like something going on, and then one of these big artists decide they wanna hop on the track to give you a cosign or whatever. Sometimes it's not in your best interest to do that, because what they will do is basically come in and try to take over the entire song. You'll have a slight bump in your sales or whatever, or a moment, and then they'll continue to go on and do it to somebody else, and you'll kind of fade off into the distance when, you know, you had stuff bubbling, you had the opportunity to have yet another song come on, and another one, and you like start building slowly and becoming what you need to become until you do that big hit on your own. Sometimes it's not advantageous for you to do like the big feature from the big artist, like, and so a lot of these artists end up, you know, they'll get their song taken by the big artist. They might not even put them on the record and be like, oh, you can just get like writing or whatever, and they get their big check for however well the song does, and that's it for their career. Like, this is crazy. Like, so I can't respect that, but you know, I could see how it could happen, and I could see how definitely somebody like a Drake putting out a record every day would have to do something like that, because I don't care how good you are, every year, like, I don't know.
I just want to say that it's always evident when Aubrey writes his own music, as evidenced by the latest release that I shared with the group chat this week. Wagwan Delilah. Okay, trash,
oh,
pure
God.
Trash. To the point where somebody
another
played it
person
for the plain white tees, and they were appalled. They tried to be diplomatic about it because Drake is who he is in terms of like popularity right now, but their faces said it all. Okay?
Yeah. You see, the thing is, the original person, I don't even know his name, who did the original song that Drake got on for the remix or whatever, potentially could have had something going on. Like, I don't think we'll hear anything further from him after this, but like, you know, I think without the Drake on it, Wagwan Delilah could have turned into some other record. Look, Doja been rapping, Doja been popping like on her own, and then what got her to be noticed was, bitch, I'm a cow, moo, or some shit like that. And then what she was able to do was parlay that into other stuff, and then tell people, hey, look at me, I'm an actual rapper and that can actually rap. And like, you know, this is kind of what happens. So like, sometimes you never know what could get you to the next level. But like, I don't know, whatever.
She's not my ministry. So let me tell you something. A couple of weeks ago, there was if you were stuck in the woods, would you prefer a man or a bear? Mm-hmm. Right? One of the only times I would choose a man is if it were Sterling K. Brown. Okay?
What?
And I say that because I need to know, what Jennifer Conchita Lopez
here we go with the middle names.
To Sterling K. Brown, because he don't like her.
He don't like
her. And Sterling likes everybody. He don't like her. Okay. Like and the more things come out, the more obvious it is that Sterling do not like that lady.
Sterling has a specific type of sense of humor that is not for everybody. I'll tell you that right now. But I could definitely agree with you on the fact that I don't think he is a big fan of Jennifer, and the fact that they have this movie out and they've been on this press tour and he's been trying his darndest to try to show some sort of chemistry between these two, and it's not coming through. I just don't get it.
The reporter asked Jennifer Lopez, what is your favorite food? My girl said rice and beans. And Sterling said, Arroz
con frijoles.
With the only Spanish accent and then continued to speak in Spanish, because we all know that even though Jennifer Lopez likes to tell you she's a Puerto Rican from the Bronx, she does not speak Spanish very well.
Not well.
Then there was on another press run, and they asked her about like her work commitments or something like that, and she said this is her actually taking a step back. And Sterling was like, really? Like, he don't like her. Okay? He don't like her. And I need to know what she did to that man to make him not like her. Because when they removed her from the press tour, and it was just Sterling and Simon Liu? Simon? I can't say his last name.
I don't think it's Simon.
Y'all know his name?
I think it's Simu or something like that.
Simu! That's his name, Simu. When it's just him and Simu, they got people talking about we need a
buddy film?
A buddy film
for sure.
Between the two of them.
For sure.
Because they out here singing together. They out here vibing. Jennifer Lopez show up and poor Simu sitting there like, I don't know what to do, because Sterling is like, I don't like this bitch. That's what Sterling's face is saying.
Listen, first of all, the Bronx is tired of Jennifer and her nonsense. Like,
they so tired of her.
They are so tired of her.
Orange drink, if you know, you know.
We don't know. There was a girl who was just like, what block are you from, J-Lo? Like, we went to the same private school. Like, what are we talking about?
I'm not going to hold you. She has been getting grief since the beginning, because I remember there was a time when she was at the top, when everyone was like, oh my God, J-Lo. She returned back to the Bronx, to her old house, and the current person who lives there was on the stoop, and she was like, oh, I used to live here, like, this is my house. And he was like, who are you? And she said, Jennifer Lopez. And my man literally looked at her like she said, Denise from down the street. Like, he couldn't have cared less that this was Jennifer Lopez.
Yo, you know what's crazy also? Like, just looking at things on the internet, like, there's a lot of people that have had like interactions with her or whatever that don't like her. They're like, she's not a nice person. She's not very welcoming. She's very mean. And, you know, episodes back, we heard a story about people like auditioning to be her dancers, and then like everybody then did it, and then she was just like, all the Virgos raise your hand and whatever, and she dismissed them just because they were Virgos. So right there, right off of that point, beef. We got beef.
Which was going to be my next point. See what I'm saying? When you do wrong by Virgo,
listen.
Your life is never right.
Never.
It's never right, because you know what? The universe don't play about us.
Don't play. Okay? We are the
universe's favorite.
We are the pure virgins of the universe. What are you talking about?
Us, okay? Ever since you did that, then you left Alex Rodriguez, got back with Ben. Ben ain't look happy. Only time he look happy is when he's with his ex-wife. He be in the car looking like he don't even know what's going on right now.
Yo.
Sterling K. Brown, America's favorite man. Okay? Don't like you. Why don't Sterling like you, Jennifer?
That's the question. That is a question.
Why don't Sterling like?
That is a question.
To make it even better, now you had to cancel the tour that nobody asked you for.
I didn't even think we was getting. Ah, man, Then
you had to cancel the tour that nobody asked you for. You tried to tell us it's because you wanted to spend time with your family and your children. When we all know that them tickets was not moving, Jennifer.
So we are stupid, apparently. That's what she thinks. We are stupid. Literally, I saw something on TikTok and her concert, and looked at the you know, when you go on Ticketmaster, you got to try to pick your seats or whatever, and so you kind of get to look at the map of the arena to see where you want to sit. And he was like, you know, there's this color that shows the seats that are still available, and this color shows the seats that were paid for. It was like maybe 1/10 of the arena that was sold out.
Yeah, I believe it.
So, I mean, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to lie to us like that.
Low ticket sales that they tried to say was due to logistical issues. Her album peaked at number 38.
Yikes.
Okay. It all started when you kicked us when you decided not to choose Virgos to be a part of your dance.
I thought it started when she was trying to do the jiggy woogie.
No, it started before that. She kicked it because you got to think about it. She said she didn't want them Virgos on her tour.
Oh,
and
God!
Things just started to backslide right after that. That's when she started doing.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
I see where you. I see. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yes.
So let Jennifer Lopez be a lesson to you all. Okay, do right by Virgos because the universe don't play about us.
We are the only human sign in the zodiac. Okay, there's a reason for that. Like,
don't
saying.
Play about us. Okay, we may actually have to call this episode Arroz y Frijoles because he said that. I have never had somebody roll their R's as hard as Sterling rolled them R's.
Yo, I saw an interview even with Simu. They asked him a question and he answered in the Spanish, and he was like, even he speaks the Spanish better than you. Like yo, it's crazy. It's sad. It's sad.
Okay, two things and then we can wrap this up. One, Rihanna's dropping Fenty Hair Care. I mean, I guess. I think it's interesting that she's dropped this about how she cares about her hair, but all we see is wigs in the hair care videos. Ma'am, where's the music? You said in your song, please don't stop the music, and then stopped. Make it make sense, sis.
I'm glad you said it because where is the music? Just as much as I'm a fan of Beyonce, I'm a huge fan of RiRi. Like, all I want is music. I will go
literally got a song.
I don't know if I will
stop the music.
I don't know if I will
and
go
then
to the tour.
You stopped. Sis.
I don't know if I will go to the tour.
We don't want hair care. We want music.
First of all, you should have held your hair care until next year. Give Sacred a chance to bubble. That's all I'm saying. Give it a chance. Give it a little chance. Like, what is wrong with y'all?
You are on my socials right now in a 6-piece pixie cut wig telling me about a hair care line. And then in the next video, you got a 24-inch Farrah Fawcett bust down. We know that's not your hair. And I'm not mad at you, sis. Get the coins.
While Beyonce...
on the music.
While Beyonce is parting her hair down to the scalp so you can see.
Rihanna got a 6-piece on that head. Talk about some, I take my hair seriously. Do you, sis? Because that's a wig. As a wig connoisseur, them some units on, girl.
Give Tracee Ellis Ross a chance. Every chance she gets, she's thrown herself in the water and giving us the body at this age. I don't care. I enjoy those moments. We cannot get Tracee Ellis Ross off my social media. Listen, you could have given this until 2025, 2026. We don't need Fenty Hair right now. That's all I am saying. All right?
You know we do need? The music. That's what we need. That's what we need, sis. Okay?
Yeah. Love you. Love you, RiRi. Love you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Last thing.
Uh-huh.
This is something I'm very interested in, and I think you're going to be interested in it too. Okay. Pharrell is dropping a movie called
we should have started with this.
That's going to be nothing but Lego. Told through the lens of Lego animation. It's directed by Morgan Neville and produced by Focus Pictures, and the movie is a biopic, whatever, that chronicles Pharrell's unconventional journey from his childhood to becoming a cultural icon in music, fashion, and film.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And it's loaded. Snoop is in it, Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z.
Justin
and a whole bunch of Justin Timberlake, a whole bunch of people are in it.
Yeah.
I, for one, am ready.
So, when you sent me to go look at the trailer, I was ready to be like, who asked for this? Who asked for this? And then I found out the answer.
You.
Me.
Yeah.
I asked for this because I'm pre-order me right now. Pre-order me because I will be there. When I tell you, when the children ask me to take them, they're not coming with me because y'all are not going to bother my spirit. Not on that day. I'll take you to the second showing.
Because when you started, I was like, who is it for? It is for you, sir. Because this is right up your alley. What are we talking about?
Listen, I am wearing
okay.
the Billionaire Boys Club. I mean,
I didn't know where you were going with that, but you were like,
this is what we do. This is what we do.
My mind was like, dude.
I did not know I needed this, but like this is great. This is awesome. This is awesome.
I can't wait. It drops October 11th. The trailer that I saw had me all in my feelings. Like I was into it. I'm ready.
Listen, my wedding anniversary is in October. We are going there before dinner. I'm just saying. We gonna see it for the 7th time. I'm just saying. And they also said that we're getting new music. So I don't know if we're getting new music from just Pharrell or for some of the artists that are featured in the movie. I don't care. I'm here for it.
I mean, I know you're here for it. All I'm seeing is Jay-Z. And so in my mind, I'm like, am I getting a Jay-Z Pharrell magic? You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
And if we are, not only am I there, I'm there with other people because I need this movie to go to #1 because I need more.
Oh yeah. Okay? You could do it. Rich Auntie, you could buy out a theater in Jersey. You know, you could do it. And give it to the less fortunate. Give the seats, give the tickets to the less fortunate. You know, you could do it. I know you could do it.
Call me 50 when people ask him about his kids. Okay, that's how I'm gonna act like when it comes to that. Okay. Right.
I'm excited. I am excited. One thing I will say is that Kendrick's Lego don't look like Kendrick, but
it didn't.
All together now.
But I'm hoping.
Let's do this.
I'm hoping that sometimes they be doing things to like. I hope that's not how he really looks in the movie because that did not look like Kendrick at all.
They got time. They could fix it. They could fix it.
Like that didn't look like Kendrick at all.
Yeah.
Side note.
Kendrick got a concert coming up
on Juneteenth. If that is not the blackest thing ever, he is so calculated, and I love him because They Not Like Us on Juneteenth is diabolical. Do you understand me?
Yo, Joyhdae,
singing They Not Like Us on Juneteenth in a black ass city is diabolical work.
You were outside, I was outside at a function. When I tell you when Not Like Us came on, I might as well had I should have just ran because I think my shoes will never be the same because definitely got stepped on. I got elbowed in the rib. Like there's a lot going on. Listen, when I tell you the energy for that song, when that song came on, like unmatched.
On a Black National Holiday. On the Black National Holiday. You having a concert.
Days like
where
this.
We know in a black city where you gonna play this. I need them to stream that somewhere because I need that. I need my soul needs that. Just when Drake thought that he was gonna dodge this for the summer, Kendrick said, nah.
We could fly out, Joyhdae. We could fly out. We got a couple days.
We may have to. We may have to. And the very last thing, honestly, this is not even a thing. Mm-hmm. Cardi B and Bia was beefing, right? Bia dropped a diss track to Cardi B. I have never. The only song I know from Bia is the one that she did with Nicki Minaj. I'm gonna need her to find another career. Because if that's what you're giving us, sis,
I just need her to be on the
basura.
beat. I need her to be on the beat.
I need her to be on the beat. I need her to be in the beat. I need her to be under the beat. I need her to be over the beat. I need her to do something.
She was behind the beat, and she was She was
dodging. She was dodging the beat. She wasn't on, and she was dodging that beat. Okay, and then the end of it too, she started talking about her friends not liking Cardi B's tattoos. It sounded like you ain't have nothing else to say, and you just started making shit up.
Yeah.
Let it go, sis. Sometimes the things that you enjoy doing are not careers. It's not a career for you. This is not your career.
All I'm saying is people always got shit to say. But almost every record that Cardi has, you don't even got to hear her voice. You just got to hear the beginning of the song, and it's a rap. It's leveling whatever party. Bodak Yellow was so crazy.
Cardi's little 6 bars that she spit at Bia in the song with Megan and Glorilla.
Wanna be
Shat on everything. She said, "Don't nobody want to be a."
Don't nobody want to be a. It was right there.
Sis, it was right there. It was a rap for you. It was a rap for you right there. Okay, it was a rap for you right there. I'm sorry, it was a rap for you.
Oh, I love Cardi. I love Cardi.
That's I just had to get that off my chest.
All right, since you were gone, I had to come correct with my jokes, and I have dirty jokes this week.
Of course you do.
So I don't know if you want to start and then I go, or how you want to do this.
I can do mine first.
Okay, go ahead.
People don't think grass is wet in the morning, but it do be though.
Okay. All right. What's a reverse exorcism?
I feel like it's gonna be like an orgasm. What is it?
It's that thing like, when the demon tells the priest to get up out the child.
That's not even.
That's just sad.
Wow.
Yikes. All right, I got another priest
wow.
joke. Got another priest joke for you. All right. What do you call a priest who is also a lawyer? I think I told you this one before.
You may have, but I don't remember the answer.
Father-in-law.
You did tell me that. That was on the audio. That was definitely one of the audio ones. Okay, ready?
Uh-huh.
2 robbers are robbing a liquor store. One of them grabs a bottle and says, "Is this whiskey?" The other one says, "Not as whiskey as robbing a bank."
All right. Okay. Why is it illegal to do reverse cowgirl in Alabama?
Oh God. It's gonna be something about cousins.
You can't turn your back on family. You can't turn your back on family.
I knew I had to. I think we may have done this one. Yo.
Go ahead.
We may have done this one, but this is my dirty one.
Okay.
What do you call someone who is a master at baiting?
A fisherman?
A skilled seaman.
Okay. What is 69 plus 69?
Oh, God. A good time.
Dinner for 4.
Yo, why are you so out of pocket this week?
All right, one more before we get the sign off. What does a robot do after sex?
Oh, God, what?
Nuts and bolts. Virgo Season Show at gmail.com is the email address.
God.
Send us emails. Send us something to tell us why you mad that Joyhdae was gone last week, but you happy that we back this week. All right?
Or you can do that on our socials. You can find us at Virgo Season Show on YouTube. Leave us a comment.
Yep.
On TikTok and on Instagram. You can leave us comments there or slide into our DMs there. You can find Ryan on Instagram and TikTok at @OBlackRyan.
The black
and you
one,
can find me at Just Joyhdae. Well, not Just Joyhdae, but Joyhdae.
At JOYHDAE. Okay? Just to clarify for y'all. Okay, all right. Okay.
Oh, God, he had another one.
Do.
God. And his last ones are always the dooziest of doozy ones. Oh, God,
Okay.
I don't know that my soul is ready. Okay, go ahead.
So, a girl once told me that 3 fingers was too much.
Oh, God, Ryan.
I was very shocked because I was like, most people have 10. Virgo Season!